Hello everyone. It feels very strange to do this in English, but I hope that everyone can follow the speech. Each year, NORLA awards a prize to a translator of Norwegian literature. NORLA's Translator Award is granted for a young translator talent to encourage their continued effort to advance Norwegian literature. This year, the prize goes to a translator who has made a special contribution to fiction. The Fiction Award is granted courtesy of Kristin Brudevold's Anniversary Fund. It is a particular pleasure to be able to award this prize on Frankfurt today, with Kristin Brudevold here in the Buchmesse. Germany was the first country Kristin focused on when she started up in NORLA in 1978. She made contact with the German university and saw out Scandinavian study students with an interest of literature and translation. Since then, stone has been built upon stone until now, today. We find ourselves standing here in the Norwegian pavilion, and Norway is the guest of honor here in Frankfurt. And the Buchmesse has calculated that no more than 510 publications in German from and about Norway. Yet, it is not a foreign conclusion that this year is a prize winner should be from Germany. We are lucky enough to have many fine candidates for NORLA's Translation Award from many different countries. However, there was one candidate who stood out, and it's happened this year that is a German. This year's prize winner quickly drew attention to herself as a major translator talent, with a precise combination of skills that enable a translator to do justice to a literary text. A feeling of language, precision, and playfulness. A very first translation from Norwegian in 2011 earned the award, the Hamburger Forpreis für Literarische Übersetzung for Kjersti Andersdatter Skomsvold. The faster I go, the smaller I get. Since then, she has won numerous prizes for her translation, and today NORLA's Translation Award goes to Ursel Allenstein. Thank you for your effort to work with Norwegian literature. Ursel has translated great many of Norwegian's contemporary writers. She has given German voice to authors and diverse as Geir Gulliksen, Sissel Værvik, and Lonely Woman. And this is her translation of Maja Lunde's novel that has such a tremendous success here in Germany. Her latest tour, the force of translation of Jon Harstad's Max Wiener and the Tet Offensive. Here at the Buchmesse, she will on Friday evening be awarded the Jane Shapler Prize, primarily for her, and I quote, congressional translation of the novel, in which the great precision and linguistic refinement she reproduced a novel of literary vocabulary, as it says in this situation. There, I agree with them. The work you do for Norwegian literature is important. We hope this prize can help ensure that you will continue to disseminate the work for Norwegian authors to a German audience for many years to come. So it's a pleasure to give you this prize. That's 20,000 Norwegian crowns and a free stay for 3 weeks in Oslo. And for all of us that love Oslo, that's really a prize. I want to add on a personal level that I think that if someone really should earn a Peace Prize, a Nobel Peace Prize, should be the translators. Because no one can make peace as strong as it is if you actually can read each other's stories. And if we are not able to read each other's stories, we can't understand each other and have curiosity among each other. So you are actually doing a good work for Norway and Norwegian culture, but you also are doing a work for peace in the world, because we need to understand each other's stories much more, and translators do a tremendous job for understanding each other, and you are so important in the culture area. Thank you.
How my texts look when I edit them and get help of a brilliant American editor. Yes, because I'm not used to speak English. Dear Minister of Culture Trine Skei Grande, dear Margit, Haldor, Andrine, Dina, Mette, Oliver, and every single one of you in NORLA's wonderful team, dear colleagues and dear readers. 2019 is a special year for Norwegian literature and for everyone who is gathered here today. Therefore, it is a great honor for me not only to receive NORLA's Translation Award, but to receive it on this special occasion with Norway being guest of honor at this Frankfurt Book Fair. NORLA and I saw the light of day in the same year, in 1978, so it seems like I grew up with NORLA, also in my career as a translator. Back in the early 2000s, as a student, I took part in my first translation workshop in Rendsburg. And even though I barely understood Norwegian then, you made me feel welcome. That kind of taking care of people, sharing special interest in literature, to me seems very special for you. And typical for you. And if I say you in the following, I mean each and every one of you in the big NORLA family. You adopted me and you always encouraged me, even though I was a desertee from the Danes and Swedes. That's where I started from. You're always open-minded and open-hearted, regardless of gender, age and nation. You take care of the newbies and of the well-established. One gets the impression that you know every single translator from Norwegian in every possible country, from Azerbaijan to Zimbabwe. You know every single writer in Norway, whether of children's or adults' books, of poetry, prose fiction or non-fiction. You know every publisher and every editor of Scandinavian literature in Germany, and I suspect in the rest of the world. You know every Literaturhaus and bookshop and every good bookseller, some of them are here today, and every literary critic. You have read every book that comes out in Norway, most of the time even before it has been published in your home country. And as if that was not enough, you bring us all together, translators from all over the world, books, writers, editors, critics, and organizers of readings. You are always aware of the importance of translation, and you understand the role translators play in the dissemination and circulation of literature. And you promote and you foster us very generously. You are so professional and passionate with everything you do that it is always a real pleasure to work with you. I can say without exaggeration that without your encouragement, I would never have dared to start translating Norwegian. So therefore, I owe you a lot, and today I want to thank you in more than just one meaning of the word. Takk.